Before you complete a felt stuffy, you will need to show me that you know how to sew a paper stuffy first. This will get you through all of the steps from the beginning of tying a knot and threading your needle to doing a whip stitch all the way around to stuffing it and then tying a knot at the end. You're going to need 2 pieces of purple circles, a needle, a hot dog bun to help you thread your needle and your yarn. Make sure your yarn is long enough. It should go from the tip of your fingers all the way to your other fingers or your at least your elbow. So fingertip to fingertip. First, you need to thread your needle. Take your thread, put it inside of the hot dog bun and close it. You should not see the thread on the outside. It should be inside like that. Then go ahead and push the hot dog bun through, just like that. Now we're going to tie the thread to the needle. Take the short piece, put it over top of the long piece, and then take the short piece and go under and through the loop that you made. So I'm under and through. Now hold on to the short and the long and pull. Once you've done that, your needle, your thread is now tied to your needle. Go all the way to the other end and tie a knot at this end. So you're going to make a loop at the very end. Go ahead and put the tail through the loop. And then when you pull, hold the longer piece and the shorter piece and pull. Don't pull it too tight because you don't want this needle to, or this knot to be so small it goes right through your paper. So we're going to do that one more time. I'm going to make a small loop. I'll do this up here. Make a small loop, have that little thread go through that hole. And then when you tie it, you're going to have to pull slowly, and you want to get that knot, the second one, on top of the first. So notice I use my fingers to guide it. And you don't have to pull it too tight. Okay, now you're ready to go. Go ahead and grab your 2 pieces, put them together, and you are going to start sewing. When you're sewing, you are going to sew at least about 1 finger width from the edge. If you do it too close to the edge, it's just going to rip, okay? So I'm gonna poke a hole here. A little harder, do I have 2? All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and poke a hole. If you find that this is too dull, I kind of held it and really poked it through. Make sure you don't poke your fingers. Now you're going to pull and wiggle it through. You need to pull, pull, and pull, and pull until you get to the knot. You do not stop here. You pull until that knot touches. If you pull too hard, it may go through your paper. All right, now I'm gonna go and I wanna have this out of the way, and I'm gonna sew upwards. So I'm gonna go about another finger width away from the first one, or then these will rip together. So again, it's a little hard, but you can do it. And notice when I'm doing it, I'm pushing it away from my fingers. I'm not putting it right in my fingers. You're always gonna go through the side where your first knot is, okay? You're not flipping it over. You wanna see this knot every time. And then again, pull, move this over if you need, until you get nice and tight. You're gonna go all the way around. This is called a whip stitch. And remember, if you do this and you start to pull and you notice this happens, okay, all you have to do is pull this out and loosen it up a little bit. And you're gonna notice that your yarn went underneath this piece. So I'm gonna take my needle and just back it up. I'm gonna go backwards and it's gonna pull that right out. If you find it difficult, you can poke holes with a hole puncher. When you get to about here and you have 2 to 3 fingers that you can fit in here, it is time to add stuffing. Okay, this is a lot of stuffing. I'm going to open this up and a little bit at a time, push that in there. Now here's a big trick. That looks pretty good. You want to make sure that this stuffing is pushed down in and it is not going to be in the way of you stitching these last couple stitches. I have found that when you sew and it goes through this material, it really pulls it out the other side and becomes difficult. So you want to push that down, kind of pinch it closed with your hands, and then kind of tighten that back up, and then go ahead and do your last couple stitches. And it's time to tie our knot. I'm going to do one more. Now from here, you don't want to just cut this. You need to tie a knot. So if it's long enough, this is long enough here, I can either untie this and pull it out, or you can cut it. Now it's time to tie our knot right here. You're going to create a loop like you do when you tie anything. And then I'm going to take the end of this and go under and through. Now when I start to pull, my knot is out here. I want my knot right next to the paper or the fabric that you're using. So here's a trick. Take a pencil, put it inside of your knot. This is going to help it so that it doesn't tighten up on you. Now put the point of your pencil right where you want your knot. I want my knot here. I'm going to put my point right there. Now I'm going to start to pull and tighten my knot, and I kind of wiggle it. Notice my knot is getting closer and closer to where I want it. If I take this out, you can see that my knot is right next to the paper. I'm going to do it one more time just so that it doesn't pull through my paper. So make a loop, take the little piece under and through, and again, I don't want it here. Put your pencil through it, put it right where you want your knot to be, by the paper or by the fabric. And sometimes I use my fingers to kind of push it right where I want it, right there. Now go ahead and trim this. I'll trim this one too. Make sure you have your name on it and show it to me, and you're ready to make your own felt stuffies.